Welcome to the next video on measure theory and probability. This is video 10 on the push forward. This corresponds to part 1, chapter 1, section 3 of the textbook. And this should be a very short video. We're just going to introduce the definition of the push forward. So suppose that we have some two measurable spaces. The first one is EA, the second one is FB. Suppose, moreover, that we have a measure mu on EA. That's a positive measure, okay? Also suppose that we have this measurable function from E to F, which we're calling phi. Then we are going to define this thing which we're writing here as nu, right? That's the Greek letter nu. Nu is going to be a function. Its domain is B, so that second sigma field. And its range will be 0 to infinity because it is going to be a positive measure on the second measurable space. And I think it's kind of constructed in the most intuitive way that you could if you have all of these components, right? I mean, you've got this measure on the first space already. You've got a measurable function on the, right, like from one to the other. So, you know, if you already have a way of measuring the first space, then I guess maybe a natural question is, what's the simplest way that you could get a related measure on the second space? And the answer would be to take anything from the second space and take its pre-image under phi, right? So if you have some collection, some set B in the second measurable space, basically pull it back, right? Take its pre-image, sending it kind of over here to the first space. Once you're over here, you can measure it using mu. So that is what this function nu is, right? You input B, and what do we do with it? We take its pre-image under phi, and then we measure that. And that gets you a measure of things in the second space. And they're clearly somewhat well related to the measure in the first space. So anyway, the claim here is that the resulting nu is a positive measure on that second sigma field or measurable space. That's relatively easy to confirm, so I leave that as an exercise, although if anybody wants to see it, leave a comment and I may be able to make a video on that. But in any case, this is what we call the push forward of mu under phi, and it has these two notations. So there we go.